Hey everybody, so welcome back to North Fork. I'm Derek, thanks for joining us today. So behind the camera we've got...
trees.
Behind the camera we've got...
Hi! Me,
so,
Addie.
Addie's running the camera, she's doing a little bit of filming, so we'll see how it does. She did a little bit on the last video and we'll see how she does tonight. So the last video that we did, I'm not sure if it's going to be the last order when I put them up there, but just got done clearing a couple trees in the yard and kind of wanted to talk a little bit. I got a couple more trees here I want to thin out. So I want to show a little bit how I select the trees that I'm going to cut and you know, why I thin them and stuff like that. So let's take a look at it. Alright, so in this little stand of trees here, from this one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees right across in there. 7 if you count that small one. So there's 7 trees in there, and you look at that little group of trees. It's kind of hard to mow between, you know, and I got some dirt here that I need to smooth out. But you know, how do I decide which trees to take? So actually, this one right over in here, which is right here, this little one, this is a hickory tree, and that tree's actually dead. So that died this year. I don't know if you can see, but there's some branches up here that are dead. So that one's obvious to take out. You know, it's a dead tree. That one's pretty obvious that you need to cut that one out. This next one here, actually, so the one right next to it, this is a white oak. So that one there, yep, that tree right there, Addison. Yep, so that tree's a white oak. I like the oak trees. They make a nice canopy overhead. That one there is not real big. It's probably only 10 or 12 inches. But that's a nice oak tree. Eventually that'll grow up to be a nice tree. So I'm going to leave that oak tree there. Moving over here, this is a tree. Not much good. That tree isn't very good. It's not good for firewood. It's not very good for shade. It's not a very good tree, very desirable. And that one's already been hit down here at the bottom when we were building, excavating. So that tree we will take out. Moving to that back tree back there, that tree, it's a double tree. So the double tree isn't very desirable because that creates a weak spot. The trees could break out. It's probably not going to live very long. But there's not many other trees around that. You know, you're talking 10, 12, 14 feet to over here to this next tree. So that tree there I'm probably going to leave just because there's no other trees around it. And it could end up being a pretty solid tree. Could live for another 15, 20 years and then make a nice tree there in the yard. So then moving over to these trees here. Now this little one, this is a birch tree right in between here. And that little one, so yep, the one Adam's pointing at. So that birch tree, again, won't really amount to much. They don't get too big. But so we're going to cut that one out. The tree behind it where Addie's at, that's a white oak. And again, that's a nice solid tree up there. It'll end up having a nice canopy if we thin these other ones out. So we'll get rid of that one. Moving all the way over to the end, this is a maple tree, silver maple. It's close enough to this white oak tree that I'm going to end up taking it out. So it's probably only about 6 to 7 feet in between these two trees, and that's just too close. You need to have at least 10 feet, in my opinion, between the trees in the yard in order to have enough space for them to grow, to get a canopy on up there. And you know, being a maple tree, that's not going to be a very desirable tree anyway. So we're going to leave this white oak here. We're going to leave these two silver maples because they're a little further away, and we're going to leave this white oak right in here. The rest of the trees, the hickory tree, the birch tree, and this maple tree we're going to cut out. So 4 trees we're going to cut right now. So enough talking, let's go ahead and drop those trees and get them on the ground.
Got it.
Alright, so we dropped those 4 trees. It really thins it out here, opens it up a little bit, gives some room for those trees to grow to get a bigger canopy on the trees we want to keep. This tree here was actually hollow in the center. Again, it's only about a 6-inch tree, but this one here wouldn't have lasted long. The other one was dead, so it was a good thing to take those trees out. So now we just gotta limb them out, buck them up, and we'll be good. So I don't know if we'll get that all done tonight, but we'll give it a shot. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.